Hello and welcome to another edition of Coffee Talk with immigration attorney Brian D. Lerner. In this particular episode, I would like to talk a bit about asylum and some issues that seem to keep coming up. So I thought a video on the subject might help people in regards to this issue. Now, just basically asylum means that you're under one of the five categories allowed to obtain asylum in the U.S. And a couple of more popular ones are political asylum, religious asylum, asylum from being persecuted from a social group. Of course, the next element is, of course, you're being persecuted for either something you believe or don't believe, and the government forces are unable or unwilling to help you, or they're part of the problem. So a lot of times what people do is they escape to another country, okay? All in all with the intention to come to the U.S. in order to actually claim asylum. But what happens a lot of times is in this other country that they're at, they obtain residency in this other country before, for example, the asylum goes through in the U.S. And then, of course, the second they obtain residency in that country, they have firmly resettled in a third country and they no longer qualify for asylum in the U.S. And the reason for that is the U.S. wants to be a safe haven for people who want to claim asylum so that they are no longer persecuted. But if they have a safe haven already, if they have firmly resettled already, then that means that they are no longer in need of asylum in the U.S. They may want to come to the U.S. It may be a better country than where they have firmly resettled, but they no longer qualify. So then the issue many times becomes, have they firmly resettled in a third country? I mean, what happens if they go to a third country to escape their original country and they get a work permit? Does a work permit mean they've been firmly resettled? Let's say that they go to a third country and they stay there for 10 years and then apply for asylum. Have they firmly resettled? Let's say they go to a third country and marry one of its citizens. Does that mean they've firmly resettled? So there's all kinds of issues as to what is firm resettlement in a third country, but the most important part you probably want to be aware of is don't apply for residency or citizenship or whatever the equivalent is in their country. I mean, if you can get one of their country's passports, that means you're a citizen, so obviously you don't want to be able to do that. You have to kind of look at the facts. So for example, let's say you have a work permit that can be renewed time after time again, but if you stop working for the company, they'll kick you out of the country. So if that's the case, there's no firm resettlement, because you're there conditionally based upon and temporarily based upon some work permit, even though it may be for a significantly long period of time. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you just escape the persecution, obviously, from your home country. Don't stay and be persecuted so that you can get into the U.S. But once you go to that third country, make 100% sure you don't get residency. Okay, and then you're free to give my office a call. I do give consultations all over the world, and I'll let you know essentially what you need to do to apply for asylum and or refugee status in the U.S., how you can argue you have not been firmly resettled, how you can safely leave your home country so you're not fearing persecution or death or whatever the situation is. Okay, so if you like the video, click like, subscribe. You can also call my office. I'll give a free consultation, let you know how I can help you. Okay, more on the coming videos.